Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do this tarot reading for the 7 members of Baby Monster. This was a very requested tarot reading, but I wanted to wait a little bit to see a bit of resolution in the stability of the group and the composition of the group. That I do not want to read in a situation of where they are just choosing or deciding on details, and usually what it takes all that, to come up with a resolution. So I wanted to wait. So yes, let's begin with this general reading for the group. Of course, that also keep in mind that I'm not going to read individually for the members, because I know that some of them, or if not all of them, I have no idea, but there are minors in here. So please do not request individual readings. I will not be reading for minors. So yes, I want to make that clear. Let's begin with the cards that we got. We got the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, King of Wands, the Lovers in reverse, and the High Priestess. And then from the Oracle, we got the card of Status, Jupiter in Taurus. So yeah, this does remind me a lot of, like, since we are still in Taurus season, there's a lot of earth element, a lot of status. Yes. Honestly, I see in the middle, I see the creator of the group. Definitely, he is like the main character in here. Him and his own ambitions, or his own visions of what he had created. Honestly, I don't see, still I don't see the girl's energy. I don't see like the, even though I know that they release an MV and that there's a lot of information about the members and the whole process, I still don't see them as an identity, or a representative of the energy of the group. I see him. I see the CEO actually like being like, okay, this was all thanks to me, or this was something that I made, feeling very proud, also very confident about the success of the group. I think that he's feeling very, he's looking back at his decisions, and he's like, wow, I done it again. I create stars. I create like very abundant and prosperous groups. I think that honestly, he thinks that he's very prestige, and that the group is going to be very fancy, that the group is going to be very prosperous, and that that he chose, among all the people that there was, that he chose the ones that would shine the most. And also he also, like, he also depends on the star quality of others. Probably this is, him thinking about his successful groups. Him looking at them and being like, oh, because we are still this family of stars. But what's interesting is that even though he's in the middle of the reading, he's looking at what once was, and I think that he's with his back turned to the future. So definitely, I think that I would dare to say that I feel like he's too confident. I feel like, yes, this was created, probably is going to be very popular. The group is going to do very well. The girls definitely have like a star quality. They do have their the ability to be talented and shine. So honestly, I think that he he definitely believes that he can do no wrong, and in this, I think that there's a bit of being a bit too stuck up, like because he's in the middle of the reading, so he sees himself as this mighty creator, like this Midas. So I don't know. Honestly, since he's looking at the past, he's facing the cards that come from the past. I think that also probably he is stuck in the past. I think that he's stuck in the glory days, and he wants to emulate the same. So yeah, his formula or his design is also a replica. It's like the same that he did back then, that it worked for him. He's replicating that. So honestly, in here I see no creativity. Uh, but definitely what I can say is that the resources are very prosperous, that the girls will have everything that they need, that there's a lot of potential among the members as well, because we have the star card. So there's a lot of possibilities to shine. He probably feels very fond of the girls. He really likes them, because there's a sense of pride, like I choose them well. But then on the other side, we have, these cards that are more about what's available or the future. And we have the cards of the Lovers in Reversed and the High Priestess. So, it definitely caught my attention, these two major arcanas, because the Lovers in Reversed is about not choosing something, or if you made it a choice in the past, you actually did it because of very selfish reasons. Like there's something about him choosing what he chose, or made the decision that he made, out of very not so very ethical, or not so very like transparent reasons. So I wonder if this has to do with a specific member he eliminated, or he decided not to hire. But I think that could potentially, a secret could be revealed in the next months, that it could have to do with the process of elimination of some members. I think that there was something, a decision that he made, or something about the group, that is not going to be very well received, because actually he's like denying that he made some very questionable decisions to have this group that he has now, and this is not about the girls, it's not the girls' fault, but I think that it's about his very selfish and self-centered way of, like, it seems like for him to make this group, he had to give up on other things. So, but at the same time, it's like he's not acknowledging that he did it. It seems like he put this group as a priority, but he lost other thing in return. Like he sacrificed something in return. It's like, I'm choosing to make this group, but the consequences is that I have to let go of other projects, or I have to let go of other people. And that this is part of a secret, this is not, it's like, this is not the story that he's telling to the public. He's like, the only thing that matters for him is status. The only thing that matters for him is to look prestigious, to look like he does no wrong, that he's still like the one in control, that he's the star making machine, that he makes stars and that he makes these very prosperous and that he makes these celebrities, sort of, so I think that he's much more worried about how this, how every decision that he makes looks, than actually being real about the decisions that he makes. And there's a decision that he decided to ignore in order to keep going with this group. So there's something here. There's something, a decision that he postponed, or something that he left like kind of in the middle, or in the way. And somehow with the high priestess, like here, this is a secret. This is like something that he thinks that is not going to come back and bite him. But I think that this could potentially have these consequences. For the moment, it's still a mystery. For the moment, it's going to remain a mystery. But then a few months from now, you're going to hear something about it. And you're going to be like, oh, so this is how you make your businesses. Like you create this very shiny new toy, but then you ignore the others, like, and it seems like he's a great denial of the not so positive outcomes of other creations of his, so and honestly, I think that this could affect the group, the baby monsters. Not directly. I don't think it is going to, because I think that the girls are going to be fine. They're going to do great. But since, I see the high priestess in here, there's a sense of, there's something about the feminine, and this is a girl group. This is a girl group. So I don't know if this secret, or this, this very shady movement that he did, or decision that he took, it has to do with other females. Either it's a female contestant or another girl group, so it has to do about the feminine in the company. So I think that maybe it's something that it didn't happen directly to the girls today, but it has to do with other females, or it has to do with other women, or with other girls. So probably the audience would also question, like, okay, if he had done this, or if he had made this very poor choice about this group, or about these people, about this person, what about Baby Monster? Would Baby Monster also be, I don't know, people just worrying about the girls, worrying about, like, if they are being managed by someone like this, like, are they okay? Are they going to be protected? Are their interests going to be protected? But definitely there's a secret. So I don't know if maybe, maybe a contestant or someone that was supposed to debut with the girls was like turned down, or she was eliminated, and I don't know if this person could come back and share their side of a story, or something like that. But it seems like that there's what is going to come is the consequences of him deciding to ignore certain things, like probably being very selfish at choosing. It seems like when he's a guy that he cannot concentrate on one group, on more than one group at the same time. It's like he has to concentrate on one. And when he concentrates on one, it's like that's his favorite group, that's his target, that's all he can see, that's all his perception, his mind, his power of concentration can hold. one group at a time. So he suddenly forgets about the others. He forgets about other businesses, he forgets about other contracts, he forgets about everything. So I think that this tendency of his, of not being able to see, to see probably other situations that are happening around this debut, is what's going to cause him trouble. So yeah, we should be pendant on that. But yeah, if you are a fan of the girls and if you are like worried, I don't think that you should be worried. They got the card of status, so definitely they are going to enjoy of the status. They already have a status because they are from YG, because there's a lot of prosperity and a lot of fame associated to their name, even though they are new. But yes, there could be some fame. There could be, already some established popularity. So I think that for their career, because they are from YG, they are going to be successful. Like, they are going to enjoy of in the status. This is not a group that starts from the bottom. That they, oh, no one knows who these are. And they just appear and they just have this one hit, and that's why they become known. No, actually, these girls already have like a reputation. Probably they already have a fan base. The probably the YG followers also are very very excited to support them. There's a sense of like, they definitely come. If you see the card of a status, there's two people with a crown over their head. So definitely I see a lot of prestige for them. I see a lot of status. I see them already being placed in a different category than the other girl groups. Because of the roots, because where they come from, and probably, they're also the way they are going to be presented is also going to be very luxurious, because we have this energy of Jupiter in Taurus, so it's going to be very Venusian, very beautiful, very luxurious. It's going to set them apart from, sort of letting oh, we come from a legacy, or we come from this very prosperous place, like we are the chosen ones, or we are the continuation of a legacy of stars, so definitely they have a very stable beginning, and also like they are going to be okay, they are going to be celebrated, they are going to be they're going to try to stay confident through all this process. But honestly, they start well. um, but you having the this kind of status, you can have initially a status, but this doesn't mean that the status is all you need to be successful. It can be like a great beginning, or it can be a great like demonstration of like what sets you apart from the rest. But eventually they will have to, like transit this career, and this music path, or this business. They will have to transit it themselves. So we will have to wait and see how they do. This is about efforts. And honestly, here in the cards, the efforts are there. The expectation is there. There's a lot of love and acceptance. There's a lot of curiosity from the people that are expecting them. But I would wait to see what they are all about. I would wait to hear their music. I would wait, because it's early. It's early, and I still see in this tarot reading. I only saw him. I only saw the CEO. I don't see the energy of the girls. They are still like the high priestess in here. They are still like a mystery, you know. They are still under a certain veil, even though you probably had heard from them. There was like this introduction to them individually, and you know, you probably know a lot about them. But with the high priestess here, it's like you don't know much about them. Like what you think you know about them is not the whole thing. So there could be some things that are hidden yet, or that are going to be remaining hidden for a while. But I think that you could eventually like learn something about this. Thank God there are no cards of, you know, scandals nor people rejecting them. You know, no negativity. There's no negativity here. But I think that because the CEO is present here, I think that there's something about he done something that wasn't right. You know, he decided to ignore something, or to like skip a process, or to, you know, to fast forward some very essential parts of this process of selection. He did something. He changed something because he wanted to, and he wanted to do it now, and it's because of his own uh, his own pride that he has. You know, he's like, okay, I'm a genius. I know what I'm doing. Sort of out of a whim, you know, and that could come back to affect him, especially himself, but not the group. So don't worry, they are going to be okay. So yes, guys, this is all I have for them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.